President Moon Jae-in has spoken with his American and Japanese counterparts for the first time since the UN Security Council adopted its new sanctions against North Korea. As you would expect, both phone calls focused heavily on ways to deter further North Korean provocations, and our Hwang Hojun starts us off.
During a 20-minute phone call Monday afternoon, President Moon and Prime Minister Abe discussed how to continue to work together to prevent Pyongyang from carrying out additional hostile actions, also discussing further trilateral cooperation with the U.S. Earlier in the day, President Moon spoke with President Trump for nearly an hour too. They both acknowledged the need for strong security in the region and reaffirmed their intent to cooperate with one another and with the international community to apply the maximum pressure and sanctions to get North Korea to make the right decision and give up its nuclear program. These points are all the more relevant with a joint South Korea-U.S. military exercise slated to take place at the end of August, which could lead to another provocation by the North. He also brought up allowing South Korea to have missiles with larger payloads by revising the bilateral guidelines concerning Seoul's arsenal, something initially proposed during the Seoul Washington summit in July. This would be done to better cope with the North's growing threats, and President Moon asked for his U.S. counterparts' backing. The phone conversations with Abe and Trump come amid two significant recent incidents. One, the ICBM test that Pyongyang carried out twice in July, and two, the unanimous decision over the weekend by the UN Security Council, including China and Russia, to adopt a resolution imposing the most punishing sanctions yet on North Korea. President Moon brought up the subject of the sanctions earlier in the day during his weekly meeting with his top aides, saying he hopes the new resolution will be an opportunity to bring about a change in North Korea's behavior.
북한은 이번 제재 결의로 국제사회가 보여준 확고한 의지를 분명히 인식하여 더 이상의 도발을 중단하고 대화의 길로 나오기 바랍니다.
However, President Moon reiterated that the ultimate goal of the pressure and sanctions, which are based on force, is to bring North Korea back to the table for talks, and he underscored that another war on the peninsula is absolutely unacceptable. Hwang Hojun, Arirang News.